ಬಂದಿದೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಹಿರಿಯರೇ ಇತರ ರಾಜ ರಾಣಿ, ಹತ್ತೋಣ ನಾವು ಅವರ ನೆನಪಿನ ದೋಣಿ, ಕೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ. ಇದು ಹಿರಿಯರ ಕತೆ ಹಿರಿಯರ ಜೊತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರಿ, ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿರಿ. Hello listeners, this is your RJ Chandana and I welcome you all to Anubhav, a joint project of National Institute of Social Defence, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India and Media for Community Foundation, implemented by Nightingales Medical Trust. Project conceived by Dr. R. Sridhar, Project Investigator Alok Verma, Coordinators Pooja Murada, Sai Sudha and Kaushalya. Government of India has initiated an elder line toll-free number 14567. Elders or anyone on behalf of elders can call between morning 8 am to 8 pm for any questions, queries and support to elderly. Science, something that interests everyone. Would you like to know about kitchen science? If yes, please listen to the conversation between Mrs. Vatsala and Mrs. Lalitha Rao, who is going to throw light on kitchen science. The program is titled Tell Me Why. We are eager to listen to your scientific conversation. Over to Lalitha ma'am.
Hello Vatsala. While I was doing some active work in the kitchen, like cutting fruits and some vegetables, I got some doubts. Since you have science and chemistry background, I thought we could discuss these topics of kitchen chemistry.
Hello Lalitha, I am very glad to talk to you about these topics in kitchen chemistry, since I think these questions would interest everyone involved or not involved in kitchen work.
Last week, I had been presented with some very big, juicy apples from my niece in Kashmir. I could eat only half an apple at a time. The remaining half turned brown very quickly, even after I put it in the fridge, and the brown turned apple did not look so fresh and tasty. Of course, I know that apples contain iron and is one of the healthiest fruits. Why does it turn brown when cut and kept? Do you know, Vatsala? Also, do you know a way to prevent it turning brown?
You are right, Lalita. Apples, bananas, pears all turn brown due to their iron content. The brown is due to a sort of rust. When we cut these fruits, the enzymes present in them become exposed to oxygen and act on iron containing compounds present inside the fruit and form a type of rust on the surface, resulting in browning. Low quality knives increase the browning. To prevent this browning, you can put the cut fruit in water to cut off the aerial oxygen, or better still, rub the cut surface with a slice of lemon or a dash of vinegar. You know, Lalita, acid deactivates the enzyme of the fruit and prevents browning.
Oh, happy to know that to keep a cut half an apple fresh, I only have to rub it with lemon juice.
In this connection, Lalita, remember when we slice brinjal or raw banana, potato, we immediately put it in water to prevent browning. Our mothers and grandmothers knew that these contain iron, and that is why they turn rusty when we cut, right?
Right. Last week, I was reading a story where a sailor was shipwrecked and lost all his stored drinking water. Though he was surrounded by water everywhere, like the famous quote, Water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. He was desperate and had to drink the sea water, and he became so dehydrated and went mad. Really mad. Why, Vatsala? What is the connection between drinking seawater, which is so salty, and madness?
Lalita, seawater contains 4 times as much salt as in our body. Our body always maintains a balance of salt and other electrolytes and water within our body cells and outside our cells. When we drink seawater, the salt concentration outside our cells but within our body increases so much that to keep up the balance, water from inside our cells seeps outside and our cells get dehydrated and shrink. This results in damage to the central nervous system, hence madness and finally death. Incidentally, Lalita, for the same reason, even while we prepare cucumber salad, that is Sautekai Kosamri in Kannada, we don't add salt to the sliced cucumber in the beginning but just before serving, right? This is because if we add salt to the cucumber gratings, water from the cucumber cells will seep outside and the pieces lose their watery freshness. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೌತೆಕಾಯಿ ನೀರು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು.
I will tell you another interesting fact in the connection. For killing leeches in Malnad and swampy areas which climb up on our body and legs, they suck our blood without our knowledge, sticking to our body, and we can't even pluck them and throw them out. We just have to carry a pouch of salt, small packet of powdered salt. Sprinkle salt on the spot where the leeches are, and like magic, the leeches will drop off. Similarly, to kill snails in the fields, they spray salt for the same reason. Did you know, Vatsala?
Exactly. The leeches, snails all become dehydrated, shrivel and die when surrounded by high salt concentration.
Now I recall that if I have added excess salt to my sambar, the easy way to reduce the salty taste is to add potato slices to the sambar and boil instead of pouring water into it, which would spoil its taste. Right? Extra salt moves into the potato from the sambar. That is all. Vatsala, while we are on the subject of salt, water and dehydration, ORS, oral rehydration solution given by health centers, also known as electrol in medical stores, comes to my mind.
Yes. When children and adults are struck by sudden vomiting or diarrhea for many reasons of ill health, the only medicine given is ORS. The composition on the label says salt and sugar and clean water has to be added. This is also connected to our discussion on electrolyte balance in cells. During diarrhea or vomiting, the electrolytes and water both are lost from the fluid outside our cells. So, to make up the electrolyte balance, it is called osmotic balance by the way, water and electrolytes both from inside the cells seep outside the cells. To compensate for this, urine production from the kidneys stops. The child goes into severe dehydration and may die even. Only way to save the child is administering ORS, and UNICEF says millions of lives of children have been saved after the discovery of ORS.
This is also related to heat stroke and excessive sweating, I suppose. In Delhi and other places in very hot summer, the reason people suddenly collapse is because they lose water from the body as sweat. Sweat is salty, and so they lose salt and electrolytes from the body. Due to this loss of water passing from the cells to the spaces outside cells, and it is excreted as sweat or urine, and if it is not compensated by sipping water quickly, the nervous system collapses due to cellular dehydration, and the person may suffer stroke or may even die if not treated immediately.
Yes, it is true and fascinating to know the connection between salt water intake and our health, isn't it?
You know, Vatsala, my young grandson was playing in our garden one day and was trying to climb a mango tree. He suddenly came back crying because many red ants had climbed on his body and bit him. He was literally howling with pain. I had read somewhere about the remedy for this. So I immediately took out my cooking soda powder bottle and rubbed the baking soda powder on his bites. And miraculously, the pain lessened quickly and he felt better.
You did the exactly right thing, Lalita. Ant bites secrete and inject an acid called formic acid, and the soda, being an antacid, immediately neutralizes this. We had a very interesting talk on science and common kitchen observations. Thank you, Lalita, for giving me this opportunity to share our thoughts and knowledge. Bye.
Bye, Vatsala. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vatsala ma'am and Lalitha ma'am, for that informative program. We are delighted to know many scientific facts. Listeners, I hope you too enjoyed this program. Stay tuned to Hiriyaravani for more such programs. Government of India has initiated an elder line toll-free number 14567. Elders or anyone on behalf of elders can call between morning 8 am to 8 pm for any questions, queries and support to elderly. Bye for now. Take care.